Hello, my name is Deloris Micheaux, and today we will be discussing the social judgment theory. This theory is when individuals are presented with a persuasive message and their pre-existing attitudes are the determining factors in how they respond. Messages that fall within their latitude of acceptance are likely to be embraced and may lead to attitude change, while those that fall within the latitude of rejection can strengthen existing beliefs and may cause stronger resistance to change. Imagine trying to convince a friend to watch a movie you love. What if they already have a strong dislike for the genre? No matter how persuasive your arguments might be, their current feelings might lead them to straight out reject your recommendation. This scenario illustrates the principle of the social judgment theory. The way we evaluate and respond to persuasive messages is heavily influenced by our existing attitudes. In a world filled with constant communication and competing messages, understanding the social judgment theory is key to using effective persuasion and truly connecting with your audience. Whether in marketing, politics, or even everyday conversations, realizing where someone stands on an issue can mean the difference between winning them over or being left with rejection. This paper talks about the importance of the social judgment theory in understanding how existing beliefs influence responses to persuasive messages. By stressing the need for audience awareness, it shows the social judgment theory's relevance throughout life, where effective communication relies on navigating acceptance and rejection. Have you ever shared an opinion or recommendation only to be met with a quick refusal? It's frustrating, right? That's where the social judgment theory comes into play. We all have pre-existing beliefs that shape how we perceive new ideas, and understanding this can transform how we engage in conversations. From casual chats with friends to critical discussions in professional settings, by recognizing this spectrum of acceptance and rejection in our audiences, we can tailor our messages for better impact. Imagine the power of crafting your next argument or pitch with this insight. Suddenly, it's not just about what you say, but it's about meeting people where they are. This paper demonstrates 3 scholarly sources that analyze and explain the social judgment theory that also contributes valuable connections to the field of interpersonal communications. The social judgment theory was developed by Muzaffar Sharif and his colleagues in the 1960s. It claims that people possess a spectrum of options about a topic, organized into 3 distinct latitudes. Number 1 is the latitude of acceptance. This refers to the range of ideas and messages that are agreeable or acceptable. Ego-involved consumers are harder to persuade. The larger the scale of ego involvement makes a latitude of acceptance smaller. The second is the latitude of rejection. This refers to the range of ideas or messages that are disagreeable or unacceptable. This is when a message fails and is rejected and more likely to trigger a defensive response and strengthen existing beliefs. The third is the latitude of non-commitment. This refers to the range of ideas or messages that an individual is neutral or uncertain of. This means they have a lack of interest and this person is neither strongly in favor or opposed and may open consideration. The social judgment theory applies to interpersonal communications as it helps us understand how individuals interpret and respond to messages based on our unique circumstances. Understanding a person's latitude of acceptance, rejection, and non-commitment allows one to tailor a message to become more effective. When internalizing this theory, one is able to unlock better communication skills that increase the chance of persuasion and can cater to any audience by crafting messages that align with the audience acceptance, rejection, and non-commitment latitude. For instance, when trying to persuade someone It's essential to align arguments with ideas that fall within their latitude of acceptance, otherwise, the person may reject the message outright if it conflicts with their beliefs. This understanding not only enhances the potential of persuasion, but also aids in conflict resolution by promoting empathy and better communication during disagreements. By recognizing different points of views, individuals can create conversations with more patience and respect. A good example would be where a doctor is trying to convince a patient to adopt a healthier lifestyle to manage their diabetes. The patient has been hesitant to make changes because they believe their condition is manageable with medication alone. When applying the social judgment theory, the doctor can recognize that the patient's current beliefs would significantly impact how they respond to his message by identifying the patient's latitude of acceptance, rejection, and non-commitment regarding lifestyle changes. Now the doctor can effectively change their message, and instead of pushing for dramatic changes like a completely new diet or lots of exercise, he can start with a more manageable approach with small lifestyle changes such as a daily 10-minute walk or choosing a healthier snack instead of the sugary ones. By changing his message to align with the patient's latitude of acceptance, the doctor was able to encourage the patient to accept a less overwhelming change. This approach not only increases the likelihood of acceptance, but also helps demonstrate the impact of empathy and connects the social judgment theory with interpersonal communication. The movie clip I have attached demonstrates the social judgment theory in action. At first, the judge was on a level of rejection based on his beliefs and the rules of the state. The woman connected with the judge on a personal level with a persuasive message and changed his attitude, and her message was accepted. In my unprofessional opinion, the social judgment theory is quite realistic and reliable. I can confidently say that most people use this theory to some degree without a full understanding of the concept. People are able to find the latitudes of acceptance, rejection, and non-commitment simply by understanding one's body language. This theory captures the individuality in every person that is created by their situation, environment, culture, relationships, religion, and beliefs, and how these factors influence responses. The theory illustrates that people do not respond to messages in the same way. Rather, they interpret information through a filter of existing beliefs. The social judgment theory is highly practical in understanding how people process persuasive communication. Understanding this theory can create various opportunities and roles. The social judgment theory has positively impacted all people by allowing human resource workers to properly connect with their consumers, educators to properly educate, and allow people to better communicate by bettering their understanding of body language, social cues, and verbal communication. This helps resolve endless conflicts, build relationships, and open lots of doors when used correctly and combined with interpersonal communication. In conclusion, the social judgment theory serves as a valuable strategy when it comes to communication. When a person understands interpersonal communications, they can better communicate with the audience and influence the outcome. With that being said, the theory isn't 100% guaranteed. By understanding the principles and latitude of acceptance, rejection, and non-commitment, we can enhance our communication effectiveness in various fields of life. This theory emphasizes the importance of audience awareness. Knowing where someone stands can significantly impact our ability to persuade, as illustrated through examples like the doctor-patient scenario and the video clip. However, knowing this information doesn't just benefit our audience, but benefits us, allowing us to learn through possible debates and discussions, leading to personal growth in understanding oneself. These are my works cited. The end. Thank you for listening.